give out. I let love, I let go, I release, and I know I forgive, I receive, I can feel, I believe, I am healed, I am whole, I release, I know. Breathe, breathe. To push, no need to try, no need to worry or question why. Surrender, let go, release, and know.
Welcome to the Brahma Kumaris, where a new world is opened up for you. From humble beginnings in India in 1936 to a global organization with over 8,000 centers in 110 countries and 1 million students worldwide. Through their tireless commitment, passionate heart, and determined spirit, the Brahma Kumaris arrived in America in 1974 and have since grown to 35 main centers throughout America. There are also 2 residential retreat centers, Peace Village, located in upstate New York, and Anubhuti, located in Novato, California.
I want to just share a little bit about how the centers of Raj Yoga meditation began in United States. Actually, I was in Caribbean islands and I got invitation from New York that we want to start something about meditation. And it was in 1978 I came here and we rented a very small apartment in Astoria. And from there I found that a lot of people have interest. I realized that there is so much need, and from there onwards then centers started in many other states.
Our centers are safe spaces where you can explore the power of your inner world.
The classes are conducted in many, many homes, many cities all over across the United States. A lot of people, they learn meditation, they use it, that meditation at their workplace, in their family, and also I find that children, young adults, because they are so much into like what really is the life about.
The Brahma Kumaris are dedicated to personal and global transformation through the study and spiritual practice of Raj Yoga meditation. And at the heart of our teaching is the belief that the pathway to peace and happiness is to remember our original nature as spiritual beings connected to the One Source. In 1981, the organization received recognition as an international non-governmental organization affiliated with the United Nations and accredited with general consultative status with the Economic and Social Council. From organizing large-scale global initiatives to local community programs, the Brahma Kumaris has a tradition of service in every field that fosters spiritual growth among individuals from all backgrounds, cultures, and walks of life.
I hold on to this vision, the world of love, world of peace and harmony, world which is free from conflict and sorrow, where we can live as brothers, one family, children of common parents, one supreme divine power.
This is your invitation to awaken and join us in creating a world of love, peace, and kindness. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. The time that we choose to be aware doesn't necessarily require me to just sit and meditate. But even while I walk and move around, I can be in a meditative awareness, which is awareness of the soul, the original, eternal, imperishable being of light. For a little while, I'd like to invite you to be present, to be here, and to be now. Allow your mind to settle in the moment. to relax. This meditation is about awareness. It's about becoming aware of your original and eternal self. It's about connecting to your truth. Let go of your name. And observe yourself feeling nameless. Let go of your gender to discontinue thinking you're a man or a woman. Let it go and observe how you would feel walking around without a gender. Let go of the role that you play and let go of the titles that you own. Observe how you're feeling as you are gradually letting go. Let go of your religion and put it aside just for now. And let go of your nationality and even the language that you're accustomed to. Imagine you have no name, gender, role, title, religion, nationality, or even a language. Ask yourself, how do you feel at this moment? And in this feeling, who would think of you and who would you think of? The Supreme Soul would think of you, and you, the liberated soul, would think of the Supreme. In this state of absolute freedom, I am truly who I am. A free, peaceful, pure, immortal, and eternal soul. Allow yourself to just be absorbed in this awareness. At this time,
Om Shanti. Hello everyone, welcome to the next normal. I'm your host, Sister Jenna. Love that meditation. It's one of my favorite actually. I remembered when that meditation came up, I was in India, it was many years ago. And I was just feeling this great need to break away from these interpretations that I was holding in my head. You know, are you a woman? Are you a man? I mean, if the soul is on a journey, hasn't it been a woman? Hasn't it been a man? So what am I? You know, and how sometimes when you get attached to even just your gender, it can sort of reduce your capacity or reduce things. I say that now, but maybe in earlier times when things were a little bit more balanced, we didn't need to discern if the soul is in a female body, that it needed to just do that. You know, now things are so shifted. Things have gone really kind of a little haywire, you know. We're not completely clear at a soul level where we are in the game and who we really are. So we're struggling, or we're trying rather, to get everything back in balance. But it's all cosmic. Everything is all cosmic. It's all mysterious. It's all mystical. Because we've been living in such a human state of awareness where we're just looking in the mirror and seeing the gender, the body, the eyes, the hair. And even though that's also important because it basically defines a lot about the energy of the soul and what the soul is creating as an energy, you know. Have you ever gotten up some days and just looked at yourself in the mirror and asked, what actions did I perform as a soul that gave me green eyes, or created black hair, or designed the color of my skin? Because everything is being formed as a state of the soul. The soul is in a particular state of awareness or energetic space that it's co-creating matter. It really is. And there are two energies that are at play. We have this external energy, which seems very obvious, the things that we can see with our two eyes and the things that we can hear with our ears, you know, how our mouths speak, our hands, what it touches. There is that physical world that exists, and it is real to some extent. You know, there are things that are happening in the world that can put us in a state of shock, and there are things that are happening in the world that can make us absolutely overjoyed, you know. But what's the energy behind it? What was the energy behind it? And the energy comes from soul. You know, what was that thought? I don't want to bring up a sad time in our American history, but what was a thought for those individuals to have conspired, and I don't know how long it took them to think about, you know, 9/11, you know, those individuals who thought about using a plane as a weapon. That was a thought. And however it all turned out, and whoever they got help from, that thought manifested in a catastrophic time, a catastrophic event, and it changed our lives forever. It was a sad day. 9/11, where were you? And then you have a thought that could, I'm just remembering Oprah when you would have her shows, and there was one show I remembered, and she told one person in the audience, you want a car. And she goes, and you want a car, and you want a car, and you want a car. And I don't know how many individuals in the audience actually won cars, but the energy of that thought, you know, whatever her producers or her vision or individuals decided to conspire together, to work together, to make the lives of all those people so happy in her studio. That was a vision. It was cosmic. How many people give away free cars to a whole audience of people? I mean, I've never won anything for free. I would love to go somewhere and somebody says, hey, Sister Jenna, and you want a new car, and you want a new this, and you want a that. And I would think about that person having that power and that ability to give away something that would make others so happy. Do you remember a show I was sharing with you about this incredible philanthropist and business mogul in India? His name is Mukesh Ambani. And he married his daughter about, was that a year ago? I think it was about a year ago. And the wedding, I think, boasted the cost of about $1 million. And so many people had things to say. Oh, and they criticized and they're judged. And I just didn't listen to them. My point was, what is in the soul? What is in his soul? That he built an energy in his being, that he could express his love for his daughter, his only daughter, in that way. That's where I came from. And so many people were like, do you know how many people he could serve in India with that money? And I thought to myself, but how many people did he hire to work for this wedding? How many people got jobs? It's also mystical and cosmic, isn't it? Like, in what way do we use our thinking capacity? Are we seeing things from a lower vibration, a vibration of, what do they call it? A vibration of lack. You know, when you're lacking something, and maybe there's a part of you that you just don't feel you could ever achieve anything like that. And they say misery likes company. So there's sometimes this feeling that, well, if I'm not going to get it, then why should you get it? It's a very sad mentality. If I won't get it, then why should you get it? And you can see the world and the way that it functions very much like that now. That if somebody is doing pretty well, if there's somebody in your family, or if there's a friend or a colleague at work, and somehow God's talents through you, or God's gifts through you, or just your skills happen to be a little bit above average, and as a result of it being above average, things are getting done and things are moving, and it leaves a beautiful fragrance behind. There'll be people just jealous of you. There are people that get jealous of you because you're doing well. Does that make sense? And they'll say, oh, I don't know how he could do that or how she could get that because she's like this, she's like that, he's like this, he's like that. And that justifies them for being jealous of you. The fact that they think or they have heard you have a flaw in your personality, that you're not a deity yet. They're not a deity. Don't you hear? This one has this problem. Don't you hear this one doesn't like this one? Oh, well, they never get this or that. And that justifies you for speaking like that. And when you're deeply, deeply, deeply honest, what you might recognize is you're jealous. And people who are jealous just don't want to see anyone else thrive and be better than where they are, or they seem to need a deep dose of humility to go to the person who is thriving and say, I love what you're doing. Could you teach me? Could you show me? They just won't ever do it. It will give them more satisfaction to speak ill about you or to criticize you or to judge you and to create a tribe of people to support that. And they live in a small little bubble, They live in this little bucket. And while the one who's thriving, doing great and keep moving and growing and carrying on, you see them in the same place complaining, criticizing, judging, being jealous, talking to people, moving people. If anybody ever came in their vortex to speak something nice about the person they're jealous about, you put an x-ray machine on their hearts and in their conscience, and you'll see this pullback like, like a pinch, like, who are you? Well, they're not in my tribe. They like that person. They can't come to my party. I talk about these things because when we look at things from a much broader perspective and look at the cosmic idea of life and think about what is it like to actually practice a cosmic vision on each other, I actually see that if I can see you as a soul, pure, pristine, absolutely perfect, and if you can see me as a soul, pure, pristine, absolutely perfect, there are no problems with us. We wouldn't have a problem in the world. And so the opportunity that we have as individuals at this particular time, with the blessing of this chaos that's happening in the world. I call it a blessing because in a way it's a gift. If all of this chaos and these pandemics and these riots and these ego games that people are playing with each other out there, if none of that was going on, what would you be thinking? Where would you be? So in a way it's a gift because it has a lot of individuals thinking in different ways. I was on an interview today and the journalist asked me, do you think this is the end? There are a lot of people talking about this is the coming of the end. And I said, well, it's definitely the end of vices. It's definitely the end of algae. I want you to give that a thought for a moment. That we're definitely at the end of algae. Anger, lust, greed, attachment, and ego can't thrive anymore, especially when people are becoming awakened and enlightened and empowered. How can algae thrive? It has to die. So you ever tried to beat up a man who is really know that he's at his wit's end? He's going to try to kick and scream, but he knows he can't do it anymore. He can't keep up. So yes, we're coming to an end, and it's an end of algae. And why we need to do the work, and why the next normal, our spiritually awakened people, is that algae is not permitted in the golden age, which is the age after this. So that means it has to come to an end, because the next age, which is the inevitable, will be a golden age. So who will be the residents that will enter into that particular space and time? It's cosmic to think about it, that as dark as things might seem now, that there will ever be another age where things would be golden. You better believe it. I mean, once it's dark, it's just dark. Can you make darker get darker? It's just a dark age. And I know that we might be seeing in the United States, for those who are watching from here, we might be seeing more civil unrest, more violence, more lies, more deception. But I really invite all of you, don't pay any attention. Focus on what energy you wish to serve, light or dark. I believe individuals are, playing games that they feel that they're untouchable and that nothing can harm them, and touche for them that their souls have created that sort of a reality. And if that's the case, why wouldn't you use such power to help all people? That would be my question. But then again, maybe I'm not in that position, and maybe if I was in a position of great power, maybe I'd be a different person. I would hope not. I remembered once hearing Michelle Obama saying, power doesn't change you. It's basically whatever's in your character, that's what comes through. If you've been given a lot of power, then that power won't corrupt you unless you were already corrupted. And that is very true. So I think it has a lot to do with the cosmic vision that we hold of ourselves first. Is it unlimited? Is the vision that you have of yourself one that transcends boundaries and limits and negativities and fear and doubt? Self-doubt is a huge suffering of the soul. So are you transcending those limitations within your own personality, which is really important for you to think about, because unless you do that, how are you going to know what real freedom is like and what it really feels like? So a cosmic vision is a vision in which you recognize that the soul that's in your body right now is the same soul that's been traveling for birth after birth. I've been remembering the session we did on reincarnation, and we're going to do another one coming soon. But the same soul that's listening to tonight's program or watching it online, that same soul is carrying a history of so many lifetimes. And whatever you have felt, that same soul, if in some past life you left in a particular state where you were innocent of something that you were accused of, just imagine how unresolved you would feel in another birth, feeling a sense of injustice. You would carry that emotion. It would be so strong in you. Those are like deep cosmic ideas. Like, yeah, if I left my body, I didn't do this crime, I'm being accused of something, I didn't resolve it. Just imagine what that emotion would feel like inside of you as a recording. I think that's cosmic, because that's so deep that you would ask yourself, is that why whenever I see injustice in the world, it just riles me up? You know, what are those experiences that are sitting in the soul that still have you in bondage to yourself, not even to anyone? You might say, I'm in a marriage, I'm not so happy with it, or, oh, I don't like my roommates, they don't get along with me. It's not them. It's an interpretation that you're holding, and there's a cosmic invitation for you to be able to tap into a more universal, broader perspective. But if you keep looking at the situation at the ground level, which is where it's at, it just stays there. And until you raise the vibrations, raise it, and step behind your eye and begin to ask the real important questions like, what are you carrying, and how are you thinking of yourself? And you ask yourself, what do you define for you as power? And you can answer those questions very clearly for you. Just imagine how vast your world would become. Cosmic. To be able to look at another person at a soul-to-soul level. Cosmic. To be able to walk away from a very angry, agitated person with love. Cosmic. To walk into a space that reminds you of something of your past in which it was a negative experience, but you walked in there like Wonder Woman because you're like, it's not me now. Cosmic. It's bigger than just this moment. And even though our lives are made up of many, many little moments, why is it that sometimes, though, the soul holds on to one particular event, it stays with the soul for such a long time? So I'm asking you to investigate these ideas and think a little bit more deeper, because the next normal, as I've been saying since we started our new show, will not be able to cater to a weak-minded person. It just won't. And so use this time to check, what are your vulnerabilities? What are the things that you're still in doubt of? What are your shadows that you need to embrace so you can move on? Because when you're living in that cosmic state and with a cosmic vision, it's huge. You don't stop on one planet. You don't just settle on one planet when there's millions of others out there to explore. So in other words, why should you settle on one stucking point of something that's happened in your past, and there's so much more, wanting to express itself through you? So you have to think about these things on a regular basis so that you can get to some point of understanding that I am the one in charge of how I choose to feel. And if I get addicted to feelings that have fear, doubt, sorrow, pain, then that's what I'm going to get in return. And I'm not denying the fact that we go through seasons of those emotions. I think it's only natural for us to have seasons of those emotions. If anyone tells me I've never had a sad day in my life, I won't believe them. I just won't. And I can't even believe someone would say, well, I've never really been affected by anything, that even if they watch any of God's children struggling, and they wouldn't say, oh, I wish that wouldn't happen. Even that they couldn't say. Sometimes we just don't know ourselves very much. But when you step into this cosmic dimension of thinking about the incredible potential the human soul has, the incredible potential the human soul has, you're going to get so addicted to that. You don't want to let that go. You're going to keep going deeper and looking and seeing the incredible journey that you've been on. And you're going to go, I can't believe I survived that. I can't believe I went here. I can't believe I have that memory in me. I have that. I can experience that. It's huge. But if we stay very human and we only talk or think or make decisions based on what we physically see with our eyes, it's uncosmic. I like to make up my own words. It's just like, you're not even near understanding how powerful you are. And I'm inviting you, and I'm inviting us, I'm inviting all of us on the show tonight. Challenge yourself to expand your inner world. Learn a new language. Pick up an instrument. Refine your skills. Be better than what you were yesterday. All of that is cosmic. Instead of going through the motion day after day, and just feeling like nothing new. Challenge yourself. Go high inside of yourself. It fascinates us when we see NASA launching a spaceship from Cape Canaveral, and it goes up into the universe and, plants a satellite dish up there, and we get to get internet and Wi-Fi and all of that. I mean, that's fascinating that someone had a cosmic thought, which is huge, to send a rocket up in space and to leave a satellite dish up there so you and I can be communicating with our Wi-Fi gadgets using Wi-Fi. Don't you find that cosmic? The person who thought of that idea to put a satellite dish in the galaxy so that people around the world can communicate within seconds. Look at that capacity. It's incredible, right? Did you ever imagine that that would happen? Did you ever in your wildest dreams think that you and I could communicate with each other in just a second? Amazing. So the human potential has everything to do with what you're thinking and how you're thinking and where you're directing your thoughts. When you step out of these limits and you really begin to find the courage and the faith and the belief that your next normal is the best version of you. And you're getting into that place because of your reflections, your meditations, your deep contemplations, your sincerity, your kindness, your generosity, your love, your wisdom. Cosmic. Absolutely cosmic. So let's do a deep dive tonight. Let's go into a really deep meditation where we'll just travel into the space and try to break away from our human conditioning and human limits and just be in our unlimited state of the soul and hold that experience. And when we come back, we can have our little chit-chat together. Okay? Everybody's enjoying? Give me your thumbs up, or man, she bores me. It's really, really important. Really, really important. There are times I do the show at nights and I just want to come through the camera and just touch and be with every one of you and just have like a heart-to-heart chit-chat like by a fireplace. Like sometimes I feel like this old grandmother just wanting to sit with all my buddies and friends and sisters and cousins and aunties, and we stay up all night, and just talk about the soul, and talk about God, and talk about the philosophy of karma. And we would dissect it and discern it and investigate it and research it and experiment with it. And we would just come up, with all these incredible realizations and experiences. And the soul would just feel like it's cosmic. All right, let's take a deep breath. And let's take the next 15 or 20 minutes just in meditation.
If I had one wish, then what would it be? For each man and woman to live life in peace, to live without fear in a world that's secure. Some say it's a fool's dream, but I'm not so sure. I see all your faces on my TV, driven and hungry with eyes full of tears, mourning your children, fathers and friends, caught in a war that just never ends. How long will it be till your life is mine, and all I believed in has turned into lies? With all that I am and all that I have, I send you this token, this love from my heart. Oh, I've seen a place much more than a dream, a place of such beauty it hurts just to see, a place of no pain, no crying, no war, where peace is the treasure that has been restored. If I had one wish,
sitting quietly, allowing the body to be comfortable and relaxed. I can feel the tension in my legs, my arms, my back, my shoulders, my neck, my face dissolve. The awareness of the body melts into the distance. I focus my thoughts on I, the being of light. In this awareness of I, the soul, with the power of my mind, I can travel beyond the limits of my physical senses. My senses supply information of the physical dimension, but the power of my mind reaches far beyond the limits of matter. The power of my mind transcends the limits of time, of distance, of the physical universe. I enter another dimension. One of light, of silence. I find myself in a space of silence. A world of light stretching into infinity. A place where I can see no walls, surrounded by light. Here, in the element of light, my natural element, I too, the being of light, sparkle. This is where I belong. This is my home. I recognize this place. I had forgotten it. And now I have rediscovered it. It feels comfortable and very familiar. This is my home, the world of light, the land of silence, of peace. From this dimension, I can look down and I see the blue pearl, the jewel, planet Earth, slowly spinning down below. I see how precious and how fragile it is. It has been my home for a long, long time. But now, in my original home, the world of light, I realize that beautiful planet is actually the stage. It provides a wonderful stage where I can play my part, where I interact with my global family, where I share responsibility with all my brothers and sisters. But that is the stage. And this, the world of silence, is my home. I have returned home. I have come home again. And I stay in the world of light, quietly, comfortably, recharging, replenishing my own store of light, of silence.
There's something so cosmic about intentionally putting a pause during your day-to-day routine. Bless you, Gesundheit. To intentionally pause, during the day and redirect your thinking from, into a deeper place, into a place of purpose and intention. So I hope everybody enjoyed that. Please share with me now if you experienced something within the soul that felt a little shift. Like when you came out of the meditation, was there something that you kind of sensed or felt that has moved you towards a more cosmic sense of yourself? So I'll wait until I get your responses. It's nice to have these meditative sessions ever so often, no? I have to look for my glasses. Here she is. All right. All right, so Praveen, you enjoyed that meditation? It was nice to see how I remembered when I was younger, I used to think how this earth, this planet, just hangs out there in the universe. Like it just hangs. The planet just hangs. You ever thought about that, Santosh? Like it just hangs out there. And they're not attached to anything, these planets are unattached. They're just hanging. And yet we just stay so attached to each other and to our stories and to our past, and we just won't let go. So Asmita was the calm in the chaos. Yes, yes. Brother Praveen, it was simply beautiful. Thank you. Mercedes, Om Shanti to you. Susanna, nice to have you. And Mukta and Tina and Diraj. Jennifer Scotland. Indu. Diraj Wilma in Bogota, Colombia. ¿Cómo está, mi hermano? ¿Cómo estás? Está muy bien, I hope. Está muy bien. Susanna's sharing, thank you, sister. My meditation teacher once told me, Susanna, many times when you're being noticed and are noticing things of different nature, jealousy is one of them. You may be looking at the mirror reflection of the virtues you carry within yourself. That thought by itself stopped me to get angry at the person and actually look at the matter from another angle. Yeah, Susanna. I always love those people who enter into our lives and they tell us exactly what it is, Some teachers are very gentle, like I like to be one of those, but I find that people take longer to learn when you're gentle. And I've seen there's some teachers who are very harsh and to the point, and people learn like that. It's the way we've been wired, like, remember in high school how everybody in school used to talk about that mean teacher, but that was the mean teacher that produced the best students. And then the nice teacher, which everybody just liked, it's not necessarily everybody had a great score. So you gotta find your own way, right? So Wilma, estoy bien, gracias, sister. De nada, mi hermanita. De nada. So Miss Rue McGee, Om Shanti, joined late, but the meditation was much needed to help me relax my mind from a busy day at work. So how was work? Did you do okay? Is work always busy and moving? Miss Rue? It happens like that sometimes. We have days like that. I'll go on to Facebook and see what some of our friends on there are saying and what thoughts they might have. Are you all enjoying the nice soothing session we're having today? It's important, no? Ever so often it's good that we can have these days together. Vashti, how is mother doing? Vashti, please tell us, Have you heard from Mom? Is she doing better in the hospital, or is she out? Please let us know so we can hold another moment of silence. Diamond, that was soothing and peaceful. I'm glad. Barbara, every day I learn how to handle things the way you say, but everything pent up hit me since yesterday. It's okay, Barbs, it'll pass. Hi, Betty Brown. Hi, my friends in the Philippines, Sheila and her clan. Cosmic thanks, cosmic love to you and your service companions, and cosmic love to all of you in the Philippines. Sometimes I get my Philippines confused with my Thai. So, Sawadee ka is Thai, isn't it, right? So if you let me know what the Filipino language is for thank you, I'd be happy to learn that. I love learning languages. I find it very inspiring. So Yolanda says, I have to do a replay of the meditation. My connection got cut. All right, Yolanda, it's just like when you're in a meditation and all of a sudden you're in that space and then something comes in to interfere with you. It happens, but you can always come back and reconnect once again. All right. So now that we've had a lovely day, lovely night. So Miss Rue is an essential worker and it's been very busy. Hospital setting, yes, yes. Lucy Levinson, thank you so much. It's been nice, no? All the essential workers in the hospitals. Who would have ever thought that for months you would be so needed and such a demand on you every single day? And even though people might not be able to tell you this, I'm sure they appreciate it every day. I was thinking about the doctors that I have and how they've been so thoughtful and caring, and every so often I'll just send them my blessings and good wishes, like thanks for taking such good care of me. But also I'll not go by my doctors and not give them a gift, like either a blessing card or, you know, a treat or some sort of a gift, because I think about their lives and the life of a doctor, a nurse, a caregiver, the person at the reception desk, the person keeping the hospitals clean, the ambulance, the drivers, the technicians. It's a life of giving, and everything is moving so fast. You're like, give, give, give. That's the nature of the soul. Just keep giving, giving, giving. And I've noticed with a lot of our essential workers and people at our medical facilities, they're not waiting for you to say thank you, or, you know, you blessed me, you saved my life. They're just doing it. But when it gets really stressful is when you might encounter certain people who just don't care about you and the stress you might be under. Or even your own colleagues might have had really a bad day and they take it out on you, and then you feel the stress of the day. But honestly, if everybody's happy in the workplace and everyone's giving respect to each other, the day's like heaven. You know, you don't mind doing what you want to do. It's just those moments when you feel a negative energy coming into the busyness of everything that you feel like, oh, come on, you know, I don't need this right now. But anyway, thank you for your service, and please be careful out there. Huh? Be well, and thanks for taking care of us. So Elizabeth Parker, welcome. Intentional focus and calming for the mind. Good. So thank you so much for joining us for our next normal. As you can see, we have to build this kind of an inner energy for the future, or else algae is going to get the best of us, and we don't want that. And we just don't want that. So have a lovely evening. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. And as Smita is sharing before we close off, deep appreciation and gratitude towards the COVID warriors, Miss Rue, serving in the medical field. So Miss Rue and everyone out there doing service in the medical field, you're getting deep regard and deep appreciation. And to Vashti and her mom, again, sending her good wishes and blessings for a healthy recovery and healing. I know she's on Facebook. She's not on YouTube, but we're taking care of. Brother Praveen, thank you so much for looking out for us too and having your blessings and good wishes for us, your family. We appreciate you very much. And yeah, I looked at these. Yeah. So let's keep hope alive and keep our stages up. And let's live more from the cosmic dimension than the human dimension and enjoy this thing called life. Don't forget to support the Meditation Museum if you can. Again, we're at that critical point, like we're wondering what next to do in terms of the museums. So if you like to make a reoccurring offering, it doesn't have to be large, but just something that can go towards the possibility of keeping everything going, please do. It's online. And feel free to share some of these programs. If you thought they were beneficial and helpful for you, you can share them as well. And our America Meditating Radio has been doing great. We're going to have some really amazing shows coming up as well. And we just got news that Ainsley MacLeod is going to be coming on soon, and Carolyn Mace is going to be joining us, and Heather Shea from United Palace, and Fujan Zain is also going to be joining us. So look out for the next 2 weeks. We're going to be getting a lot of beautiful people on board. So we're looking forward for that. Lots of love, Sister Kailesh. Always nice to see you on board. You're so near and special to us. You all are. It's just very nice to have everyone joining us tonight. Stay cosmic and stay real. Have a lovely night tonight. Take care.
We find our nation on a precipice, true tipping point. Is this the moment that will finally change our country?
Trying to rain on the thunder. Tell the storm I'm new. I'ma rain on this little love. Tell the tweet I'm new.
It's not a broken system. It was built to function exactly as it is.
We must respond with bold action.
This is our country too. We can build new systems that do what they should.
I'm a walk, I'm a march on the regular.
We are united. We are standing.
Follow away.
And we are going to fight this fight.
Freedom, I can't move. Freedom, cut me loose. I break chains all by myself.
There is something happening across this country.
When we work and when we fight and when we march and when we speak up and when we offer solutions, we win.
I'ma keep running because the winner don't quit on themselves.
It's always the right time to celebrate women and black women in particular.
It is an opportunity to show the nation and the world that we will act. It has been an inspiration.
You have the choice, and it is that choice that gives you power.
Vote. Vote like your life depends on it, because it does.
That is what we need next. Action.
This healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing day. This healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing day. This healing day. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. My wonderful friends. My wonderful friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. My wonderful friends. My wonderful